If you want to improve your style, but you don't really know where to start, this is the video for you. The first thing you need to do is answer the question, why are you improving your sense of style? Is it because you want to fit in, because you want to look like a certain aesthetic, because you want to be more confident? Are you exploring your gender expression? There are so many reasons why we wear the things that we do. And knowing your reasons will guide you because you'll have more specific goals to accomplish. Are you developing like a personal style, or do you just want to fit in? There's not really a wrong answer to that. Fashion and style is like kind of a hobby for me, so it takes up more of my brain space. But if you want to improve your style in a casual way without it taking over your life, that's perfectly valid. Clothing is a way to like bring me closer to myself, especially because I'm non-binary. So putting on an outward expression that kind of communicates to the world something about me and my gender is sort of like affirming for me. But also, I just want to like customize how I look, you know, customize my avatar. Why wouldn't I want to wear the things that I want to wear? I want to do what I want. Why wouldn't I do what I want to? My second piece of advice for you is do not go out and buy a bunch of shit at once. 1 or 2 pieces at a time, okay? Otherwise, you're not going to appreciate each piece of clothing in the way that it deserves. Style is about care and love and looking cool, obviously. I mean, like I say it's about care and love after I said it's fine if you don't even give a shit. You just like want to be more respected by people because you look nicer. Like, that's a fine goal too, but also like, I don't know, let it be a little confidence building. With regards to buying clothing, it can feel really refreshing to get a whole new wardrobe because it's like changing something outward about you, it's changing your life, right? But in a sense, what are we actually trying to accomplish? And like, can you accomplish the same feeling here while saving money? Can you mix and match and operate with what you already have? Or can you not? Like, do you literally have to make those investments in order to feel like yourself? Because maybe you weren't thinking about it before and now you're thinking about it and you're like, none of this makes any sense for me. Me giving this advice not to go buy a bunch of stuff at once is a little ironic because I do get a lot of like clothing for my job, right? So like I am constantly encountering new pieces of clothing. But with regards to like my buying choices, I am very, very picky. And that brings me to my next tip, which is learn to be picky. Learn the difference between I like how that piece of clothing looks and I want to wear that on my body. Being picky will also help you limit how much you're buying at a time and potentially save money, or allow you to invest in pieces that are a little bit more expensive if you're saving in other ways. I feel like a lot of us naturally do this, especially if we don't have a large expendable income. Some people are like, oh, I'm like always like buying stuff that I like don't end up liking, don't end up needing. What do you mean? How? Practice consideration and waiting before you make a purchase. This is actually such a downside for me in the thrifting process. I know a lot of people suggest like go thrifting if you want to improve your style, which is like totally great advice. I think thrifting is an awesome way to find new clothing that's really interesting. But when you're thrifting, you're probably not going to find the same piece twice. So there's sort of this inherent like scarcity mindset that goes into that shopping experience, which is something that I personally don't enjoy that much. For some people, this can make it actually more enticing because it's so exciting when you find something that you do like and everything is kind of a surprise, right? But your sense of style isn't about any one piece of clothing that you buy. That should take a lot of pressure off of every single buying choice, I'm going to be honest. I will go into thrift stores or regular stores with friends and I usually don't have the intention of buying anything for budget reasons, I'm going to be honest. And unless I find something really special, I stand by that decision. Don't let stress convince you to buy something that you're not ecstatically excited to wear or to buy something that you haven't been intentionally looking for. When I thrifted my denim jacket, that is the one I wear all the time, the singular one that I own, I had been looking at every thrift store I went to for like 6 months before I found the one that I actually really liked. So when I found the one, I was actually really excited because I was like, I finally found my denim jacket. I finally found it after looking for it. And I didn't settle for an option that was good enough. I waited. That is how you can practice consideration when you're going into thrifting. You don't need every cool piece just because it's cool. I think in general, I'm quite satisfied with the amount of clothing that I own. Like I wear the same pieces over and over again. You've seen me wear this shirt in many videos at this point. And that's because when I find a piece of clothing that I like, I really like it and I wear it a lot. Jewelry and accessories really matter. Some might say this is obvious, but I'm not talking to the chronically online fashion heads, okay? I'm talking to you. You really only need like 1 or 2 full stack options of jewelry, bags, belts, sunglasses. I have a whole video talking about accessorizing and different accessory options. The great thing about finding your accessory stack is that once you have found it, once you found something that you love and reflects to you and you're building on it, sometimes it takes a long time to get there. Sometimes you're doing it gradually. Sometimes you know what you want to buy, but you're not quite there yet, or you're saving money, and that's fine. You have your vision, right? Once you have your vision all together, you just put that on every outfit and that's your sense of style coming through. Like it's so like mindless. Like when I put on all this jewelry, I'm like, oh yeah, right. That is that is my sense of style. These are all pieces that I wear super, super often and are recognizable as my sense of style. I just got a couple new pieces from Vitaly. Actually, I got this cuff here, which I'm obsessed with. This ring, which bends with my finger. I think that's so awesome. I also got some ear cuffs because like I would love to get a little piercing up here, but sensory wise, I know I can't do that. So the cuffs are good enough for me and I think they look really cute. I love jewelry. I think it looks hot and sexy on like everyone. So I think you should get some if you don't already. In terms of materials, if you are buying cheaper jewelry, I would look for stainless steel options. I recommend stainless steel because it's not going to turn you green. And there are a lot of like cheap jewelry options that have like scary metals in them. So we just want to avoid that. One of the ways that I improved my sense of style over time was observing people in real life, either people that I met or people I saw on the street, that I incorporated something I saw them wearing into my personal style because I thought it was hot. So look for fashion inspiration in real life. In other words, touch grass. Don't rely only on the internet, on Instagram, on Pinterest. All the hot people I see, I say, okay, what do I like about you and how can I take that for myself? I do this a lot with my friends too, and they don't even realize, or maybe they do. Chat, is it obvious? Analyze what you see. Like, what do you actually like? What do you want to wear on yourself versus just like admiring something about somebody else? When you see a pair of shoes on someone, is it because like, oh, I like those shoes, I want those shoes? Or is it because they're wearing them with like a cunty little white t-shirt, like you like that type of combination? Here's where you actually need to use your brain to understand what you like about what you're seeing and what you want to wear yourself. And those things like don't always overlap. If you've never seen a hot person in real life, if you don't have any fashionable people around you, I know I get this comment sometimes, I'm sorry. But if you can't find those people in real life, I will approve the use of Pinterest and Instagram for the fashion inspo. When you are developing your style, I think a really useful thing to do is to practice private exploration. I'm a genderqueer person, right? So I think this is really beneficial, especially if you're exploring your gender expression through your clothing. It is really beneficial to begin this as a private process because there is no one else to introduce doubt to you in your room, assuming you don't share a room. It is only you. There's no one else to stomp on your spark of joy besides yourself, because I know a lot of us are hard on ourselves about how we look, but you deserve compassion. Okay, self-compassion. And when you're exploring your sense of style, you're not always gonna make bangers, right? Like some of the outfits you make are gonna be like, nope. That's not right. And sometimes you're gonna feel like, wow, I love this outfit, and then the next day you're gonna look back at it and be like, what was I thinking? And that's okay too. Like you're developing your sense of like taste about what you want to wear at a very rapid rate, and that's awesome. We don't do things perfectly the first time or maybe ever, so whatever. Basic rundown. Ask yourself why you're improving your style. Don't go out and buy a bunch of things at once. Learn to be picky. Find jewelry and accessories that you love and you can wear with every outfit. Look for fashion inspiration in real life from real life people around you, your friends, people you see, like strangers on the street, and practice private exploration where you are free from any kind of judgment from outside parties. I think a lot of people have had the experience of like you walk out of your room like trying something new and like one of your parents immediately makes a comment about it. Right? Pretty much everyone has had that experience at some point. But sometimes you don't want somebody else to comment on it. You just want to be living that experience within yourself. You want to feel like you can change without everyone pointing at every single thing that you're doing. But you're going to have to get comfortable when people point things out about you because you stand out. Okay, I adore you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Shall I play you a song? I've gotten astigmatism, soothing reflection into the wrong thing, and maybe it's indecision, or maybe he feeds off suffering, and I doubt that he knows when he just wants to